Minimalism isn't about having less stuff. It's about having the right stuff. It's not about how to get more things done. It's about how to get the right things done. It's about fighting through all the noise and finding out what is really important for your life. It means living by design, not by default. A lot of times, especially in today's world, we'll work 40, 50, 60, 80 hours a week, but we never really take time to sit down and focus on, are we doing what we should be doing? Can we take 1 hour and plan out the next week, the next month of our lives? What are our long-term goals? A lot of the times we end up being so busy working in our job or in our business that we don't focus on working on our business, on our life. Is this the course that we want to be on? If we're running so hard on this course, are we going the right direction? So just taking some time to look around and kind of taking a look at our daily routine, our daily habits, our daily schedule, and asking, is this what we want to be doing? Is this my main goal? Is this what I really want out of life? And sometimes just looking over a calendar and saying, what would my dream day look like? And am I doing anything today to make that dream day happen at some point in my life? What I've started doing recently is kind of just looking through my calendar and really being purposeful about when I plan it. And I'm actually trying to plan out so I know every activity that I'm doing, every 15 minutes of the day, it's kind of scheduled out throughout my workday. And if I have half an hour for lunch, I'll schedule out half an hour for lunch, and just very, very specific so that everything I'm doing is intentional. I'm thinking about it ahead of time, and I'm trying to stick to that thing because there are so many things that try to grab our attention, so many priorities that aren't really priorities. Like it should be a priority. You have one main goal, one thing, as opposed to priorities. You can't have multiple number ones. You can't have multiple people win the gold medal. There has to be 1, 2, and 3. You have to order that rank of importance. So what is your number one? Do you even know what that is? Do you know your why, what you're going towards? Because if you don't know what you're going towards, how are you going to get there? And then once you schedule out and you take that time to sit down and think about what is your main thing, what is your goal, and then how do you keep that main thing the main thing? Like what are the distractions that are pulling you away from that? Is that another job, another opportunity, more events, friends that are toxic? Is it looking at your phone too much? What are the things stopping you from having your desired lifestyle? What is it that's holding you back from that? There's this quote that I really like. It goes like this: you cannot overestimate the unimportance of practically everything. I may have butchered that, whatever. But really, a lot of what we do is unessential. It is busy work. It is things to feel important. And there's a difference between being busy and being productive. And don't confuse being busy, working at 6 a.m. till 8 p.m. every day and grinding, getting so much, you got all this stuff going on. Are you being productive or are you being busy? And here are a few questions to ask yourself. What do I feel particularly passionate about, and what am I inspired by? What am I particularly talented in? Am I good at sales? Am I absolutely horrible at sales? It's a lot easier to work off your strengths than to try to overcome your weaknesses. What can I do that would meet a significant need in the world? What can I do to make an impact on others so that I can be fulfilled by my everyday work? And it's okay not to know those things. I know I still have a hard time trying to figure out what it is that I should be doing and what it is that I am passionate about. And it's very hard when a lot of opportunities come up, especially when you're younger, to find out which is the right one for you. And it's okay to explore a lot of different possibilities. I know for myself, I've done a lot and I'm still doing a lot of those, and it's okay to find those things and to experiment and try new things. I think minimalism or essentialists actually try more things than the average person, because it's okay to go all in on something and try it and see if it is for you, and if it's not, to shut it down and try something else if you find out that is not going to be your one thing. It's very easy to stay at a job you don't like because it's there, or to stay in a relationship that is not right because it is there. But once you find what is your one thing, it makes a lot of choices for you. And if you can choose to focus on that thing, and you can't serve two masters, you have to pick one. But if you focus on that one thing, it'll make a ton of decisions for you. And if you can choose to say no to everything else that isn't your thing that isn't extremely important to you, that isn't essential for what your goals are, that will make your life a lot simpler. And it'll also make you more productive when you're focusing on that 20% and not on the 80% of the things that aren't really going to make an impact, or that you really don't feel passionate about, what you really don't want to do. And that's extremely difficult for almost everybody. But finding your why, finding your target, your goal, is really what can change your life.
So let's look at these glasses as 5 different opportunities, 5 different things that are trying to steal your time, different directions that you can go. So a lot of people will try to do everything. They'll do a little bit over here, they'll do that side hustle, they'll get offered another side hustle, they'll do that extra project at work, try to get some overtime, and have those other projects that they're doing here. And now you're going an inch deep in a mile wide. So that can be with a career where you're a jack of all trades, master of none, where you can do a lot of things, but you're not great at any of them. You're not elite at any of them. So I think it's a lot better to go ahead and focus all of your energy onto one thing. So instead of going, an inch deep and a mile wide, go a mile deep and an inch wide, and really just put all of your energy into one thing and find out if that is your one thing that you're really passionate about. Go all in on it. Don't have these other plans going on here. This is really hard to do. Everybody else has these other opportunities that they have, and life's about trade-offs, and some people see that as a negative thing, as I'm missing out on all these opportunities. But financial independence and minimalists look at it as, I am crushing this one opportunity, and this is what's really going to bring me joy. This is really what I want to do. I'm going to go all in on this and see if I can improve my life. So instead of looking at it as, what do I have to give up? You have to decide, what is the one thing I really want to go all in on and I want to crush? I just realized I'm going to have to wash all these glasses now. Yeah. So one way to look at it as, if it's not a 90% yes, absolutely, heck yeah, that's what I want to do, and just say no. It's not like, well, I want to try this and this and that. If it doesn't really excite you and it's not that thing that you really want to go for, just say no and try to move to something else so that you can focus all your energy on that one thing.
So this has actually happened to me just this week. I was looking at opening a dropshipping store, doing Shopify type deal, because that's something I've looked into it a few different times. I've never really gotten into it. I think it would be something that I could do as I begin to learn Facebook ads and stuff like that. But anyways, I was looking into doing that, and then I was like, you know what, if I do that, where's that time going to come from? It's going to come from YouTube, real estate, or my day job. So you have to say, no, that could be a good opportunity, but is it the best opportunity? Is it what I really want to do? So you can't say yes to everything. So I ended up, saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take on anything else. Even if it's a really good opportunity, I'm not going to take on anything else right now, so that I can focus on the things that I have chosen that are important to me. And that's a really hard thing to do. If you're like me, then you're like, ooh, shiny new object, or ooh, I bet I could do really good at that. So you almost got to look at your life like a video. You got 20 minutes worth of content, and you got to squeeze that down into 6 minutes worth of gold and get rid of all the other stuff. If you can say that 20-minute thing in a 6-minute thing, then you got to figure out how to do that by editing everything down. And you kind of look at your life that way, where you're like, I have this weekly time where I go to dinner with people that aren't great, and maybe I should edit that out and spend that with my family instead. Or I do this side project that doesn't really do anything for me. I don't really even like it anymore, but I just do it because I do it. Maybe I should cut that out, and just trying to edit your life down a little bit. But minimalism isn't an event. It's not a one-time decluttering. It's not a one-time cutting things out of your life. It is a continual choice, maybe a set of criteria that you follow that everything has to fit into. If it's going to fit into your life, it has to fit into these questions that I ask myself. Is this going to be the most important thing? Does this bring me joy and value? And those types of questions. And if it doesn't fit into that, it's just starting cutting things out. So, because a lot of things that we try to do don't fit into that, but we try to squeeze it in there anyways because someone asked us to, because the opportunity's there. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, drop a like. Follow me on Instagram if you want to do that. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And I will see you next week for a very strange video. There's an airplane going over. Probably can't hear.